Hey, my name is Garv, and the topic for today is free is never free, why nothing is without cost. Let me start with something I've noticed my entire life. We human beings absolutely lose our minds when we hear the word free. I've seen otherwise rational, composed people practically trample each other for a free t shirt they would never actually wear. I've watched sophisticated professionals stand in line for 20 minutes to get a free coffee worth $4. And I've observed countless people sign up for free trials they forget to cancel and end up paying for services they don't use. But here's the thing that most people don't want to acknowledge: free is never actually free. The idea of free is perhaps the most successful marketing trick in human history. It creates a blind spot that causes smart people to make decisions that cost them their most valuable and non renewable resource: their time. Now, I want to be clear about something. I'm not saying that people offering free things are necessarily malicious or manipulative, but what I'm saying is that we have developed an unhealthy relationship with the concept of free that is harmful to our well being. Think about this. When something costs money, you immediately perform a cost benefit analysis. Is this worth 20 bucks? What am I getting for my money? But when something is free, that rational calculation system in your brain shuts down completely. Zero is not just another price point. It's a psychological trigger that bypasses your normal decision making processes. This was perfectly demonstrated in a study by behavioral economist Dan Ariely. He offered people a choice between 1 cent Hershey's Kiss or a 15-cent Lindt truffle, a premium chocolate. Most people chose the truffle, recognizing its superior value despite the higher cost. But when he dropped both prices by 1 cent, making Hershey's Kiss free and the truffle 14 cent, something remarkable happened. Most people switched to the free Hershey's Kiss, even though the relative price difference remained exactly the same. Zero is not just another number, it triggers an emotional response that overwhelms our ability to think clearly about value. I experienced this myself recently. I was invited to watch a free webinar by someone in my field. It was pitched as a learning opportunity, but I had a suspicion it would be a sales pitch for a program. Did I know better? Yes. Did I watch it anyway? Also, yes. Why? Because it was free. And what happened? I spent 90 minutes of my life watching someone gradually build towards selling me something I had no intention of buying. That's 90 minutes I'll never get back. 90 minutes I could have spent anywhere else. The webinar was not free. Let's talk about free pizza for a moment, shall we? Who doesn't love free pizza, right? In college, students, including me, used to practically sprint across campus when they heard there was free pizza at some event. But this is what I wasn't calculating: the 50-minute walk each way, the 45 minutes spent at an event I had no interest in, the unnecessary calories I was consuming when I wasn't even hungry. And let's be honest, free pizza is really high quality pizza. The pizza was not free. I paid for it with my time, my health, and my attention. This gets to a deeper truth. There are actually two paths you can take when evaluating opportunities. There's the path of the naive, where you look only at the monetary cost, and there's the path of the wise, where you calculate the full cost of anything you consume or participate in. The full cost includes the time cost, the attention cost, the opportunity cost, the cognitive load, the emotional toll, the physical impact, and on and on. Everything you do, everything you consume, everything you participate in extracts a price in multiple ways. The only question is whether you're conscious of these costs or not. Now, this framework doesn't just apply to material things like pizza or webinars, it applies to information as well. We live in an age of free information abundance, right? Podcast, YouTube videos like these, social media posts, blogs, they're all free in the monetary sense, but they all cost you something to consume. Think about social media for a moment. It's free to use, right? But what's the actual cost? Research has linked excessive social media use to depression, anxiety, poor sleep quality, reduced attention span, and to weaker real world social skills. To me, that's an extraordinarily high price to pay for something that's supposedly free. Or consider the free news you consume. What's the cost of filling your mind with sensationalized stories designed to trigger outrage and fear? What's the cost to your mental health, your worldview, your blood pressure, your relationships with people who might think differently? It's like there are two people living inside each of us. There's the impulsive one, drawn to anything labeled free like a moth to flame, and there's the calculating one, the one who understands that nothing is without cost. The impulsive one sees only what he's getting, the calculating one sees what he's giving up. Most people live their entire lives dominated by the impulsive one. They fill their homes with free swag they don't need, their calendars with free events they don't enjoy, their minds with free information that don't serve them anymore, and their phone and digital lives with free services that secretly extract their data and attention for profit. The calculating man understands something deep. Sometimes the most expensive things in life are the things that are free. Now, I'm not saying you should never accept anything that's offered for free. What I'm saying is that you should perform the same cost benefit analysis on free things that you would on things with a price tag. Is this free thing worth your time, your attention, your cognitive load, your data, your peace of mind? Often the answer will be no. I've found that one of the most powerful exercises is to calculate your actual hourly rate. Not just what you make at your job, but what your time is truly worth to you. If you value your free time at, let's say, $50 an hour, then standing in line for 20 minutes for a free coffee just cost you about $17. That's a very expensive free coffee. The truly wise person understands that paying with money is often the cheapest way to pay. Money is renewable. You can always make more money, but you cannot make more time. You cannot make more attention. You cannot make more mental bandwidth. This shift in perspective, understanding that free is never actually free, is one of the most valuable mindset changes you can cultivate in yourself. It will change how you evaluate opportunities, how you spend your time, and ultimately how you live your life. So, the next time someone offers you something for free, pause and ask yourself, what is this really costing me? Am I willing to pay that price? Often you'll find that the true cost of free is far too high. So, what do you think about this topic? Let me know in the comments below, and please like this video and share it with someone who you think might benefit from its message. Thank you for listening. See you in the next one.